Happy Saturday morning. I hope you're having a beautiful beginning of this weekend, doing lots of studying. But I said, I need a break. I need to read a children's book in the midst of so much research and homework. So let's see what we have. You know, I never know what's the book I'm going to read. Music is a rainbow. Oh, this is perfect because working on it I'm reading so many people's dissertations and it's regarding music. So this is perfect. But how is this going to work in the light like this? Okay, hold on. Well, let's see if we could. Oh, okay, like this. Music is a rainbow. Oh, shoot. I have to read upside down. Brian Collier, 4-time Caldecott honoree, and we know that means that someone is a great artist, illustrator. Look at this. Look at this. That's beautiful. Isn't that cool how he's playing the piano and I have Chopin in the background? That, like I said, this is Chopin music for studying because I felt myself being so distracted with thoughts and losing focus and had to bring it back. Really excited now. Okay, I'll read this. A young boy remembers quietly watching his father read the paper and sip a cup of coffee. He remembers, you know what? Let me read this read like that. He remembers his sweet mama, who lovingly pressed away the wrinkles on his clothes. But his father is often away. And then, tragically, his mama falls ill. But through his love of music, he feels his father's warm hugs and his mother's kisses. Sorry. He feels his mother's kisses. He learns to relax. Ooh, that's so important. Just reading about dopamine levels and cortisol and how cortisol increases the cortisol, of course, produces stress, but increases of natural dopamine. Creates and increases feelings of positivity and well-being. That's why you want to have activities that promote the dopamine as much as possible. I was reading how students with ADHD and adults, who struggle with, hyperactivity, attention, deficit disorders. Classical music, so many studies have shown that increases focus, but it could be a distraction for those who do not have ADHD. So sometimes if you have a child, that could be part of their modifications, accommodations in their IEP for them to have earbuds set to classical music while they're doing their work. Like, this is so calming for me. Well, listen, anyway, he learns to relax, shine, and dream as the music fills his soul. Oh, this is wonderful. From 4-time Caldecott honoree Brian Collier comes a moving and gorgeously illustrated exploration of healing the soul through music. Now, I tell you, I don't even plan this. I don't plan it. Now, why is it that I've just been reading for the last 4 hours, research and dissertation about this? Oh, my goodness. Oh, about the author. Well, his dedications are to his daughters, Chloe and Ava Collier, who worked so hard as the star models for this project. Even though we were in the midst of a pandemic, this was in 2020, they displayed great energy and expressions and reflected the wonderful message from the book, which is once you discover your rainbow, strive to be a rainbow for someone else. Will you just listen to this? This is beautiful. The illustrations for this book were done in watercolor and collage. Wonderful. Okay, so let's jump in. And I assume that this is the author, maybe? Brian? Okay. Uh-oh, this is gonna be yummy. It was early morning, the only alone time the boy had with his father. He would watch as Daddy read the newspaper and sipped his cup of coffee. Look at his beautiful coffee-colored skin. Oh, look at this. Doesn't this icebox remind you? Well, I'm going real old school. Y'all remember the Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason? And how he would always open the icebox in the kitchen for a drink? Oh, this is precious. Oh, look at this. Wow. Okay. Daddy would always pretend to be surprised. I'm sorry, I'm reading upside down. To be surprised when he caught sight of the boy in the doorway. But, of course, he knew he was there the whole time. This is beautiful. Oh. Every morning, Daddy called his son over, pressed 2 quarters in his hand, hugged him, and whispered a prayer in his ear. This is beautiful already. Father's love. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh. Son, life is full of holes. You may want to close them up to keep out the storm. Oh my goodness. But make sure to leave room for that rainbow to find you. Broken is beautiful. Every morning, the boy would watch his father leave for work. And every morning, this is what it felt like. This is exquisitely beautiful. Wow. The boy loved his time with his mother too. Every day, Mama beamed with joy as she pressed away the wrinkles from his clothes before school. She kissed him 2 times on his forehead and rubbed oil on his face until he shined as bright as the sun. Mama's love was sweet, sweet like penny candy. But on his 7th birthday, something went wrong. Oh, Mama got sick. Daddy said she had to go away for a while. And this is what it felt like to the boy. It feels like that to so many young people, so many kids, so many teenagers. That hole. Oh. For a birthday party, it just seemed like there was a crash. How many people feel like this every day? Where it's supposed to be a celebration, but their world is in turmoil because of missing people and pieces. Ooh, this is excellent. Let's see, can I read upside down? Now the boy sat alone in his room in the dark, and then he heard music coming from behind the pictures hanging on his wall. Suddenly, the boy could relax in the blue and green. Oh, that's my favorite color combinations. Blue water, green grass, still water lying in the meadows. He could shine in the yellow and red, and he could dream in the purple and pink. I know that this author had to have synesthesia. That's the sensation when you have neural connections that are combined. You hear in color. Like some people can look at certain things and hear music in their mind, or when you hear music, you think of color, vice versa. I'm sure he had that. Kandinsky had that type of, people say gifts, some people say disorder. Kandinsky, Walt Disney, a lot of, I think Pharrell Williams, a lot of musicians. I think Mary J. Blige has perfect pitch, but so many. Oh, and like his daddy's hugs and his mama's kisses on his forehead, music was a rainbow of love. I think Elton John, perfect pitch or synesthesia. But that feeling didn't last for long. Because his friends were outside waiting for him to get into trouble. How many young people are in that predicament with their peer group? They're waiting to infect them. This is beautiful. Is this like a mural? Oh my goodness. It's gorgeous. Let's go from there to there. Known in the streets as the Southside Bandits, they would sneak into ice cream trucks and go joyriding. They were eager to get into more mischief. How many young people are in that predicament? The ones who are carjacking. Maybe they're riding along thinking that, they're going to go to the store, go to the mall, and they are caught up in foolishness. Guilt by association. How many are locked up in that situation? Wrong place, wrong time. But as soon as he discovered the movie theater, something in his head and heart said, stop. So he did. Did he have ice cream? Oh, so he was in on it, and then the ice cream dropped. Let's see. Now the boy sat alone in the theater in the dark. He loved the smell of buttery popcorn. When the movie began, the music started too. The boy closed his eyes and saw the purple, red, yellow, and green light that chased all that darkness away. The boy could relax. He could shine. And he could dream. Oh, it's so important to have time like that, where you can relax, shine, and dream. Sometimes you have to get by yourself in a quiet space. And the music was love. Love like daddy's hugs and mama's kisses on the forehead. But that feeling didn't last for long. One day, bored and hungry, he and the boys got an idea. They broke into the rec center through a half-opened window in the back of an alley. Oh, man, y'all. With no real plan, they just ripped and ran from one room to another until someone discovered the pantry cupboard where all the goodies were stored. Food fight. No good. I just read an article of a popular burger joint where someone had a ladder, broke into the roof, tore a hole open, messed up the air conditioning unit and the wires and everything, and they broke into the restaurant trying to steal the ATM. Didn't get anything. Come on now. But then he found a room with a piano, yes, and something in his head and heart said, stop. So he did. Oh, this reminds me of another, I want to say a blues artist. Oh my goodness, it wasn't Louis Armstrong. It was someone who was in trouble and they discovered music in the other room, and that's where they got their beginning. The world was a lot to them. Oh, I'm gonna have to remember this. On the piano, he hit one white key. Was it Ray Charles? No. He hit one white key and then he hit all the white keys one by one. He hit all the black keys too, loving the sound each key made. He combined the sounds by running his fingers from the highest, softest notes like mama's voices to the lowest and deepest notes like daddy's voice. Oh my goodness. The boy could relax. He could shine. He could dream. It's so important. It's called outlets. And the boy remembered what his daddy told him. Son, life is full of holes. You may want to close them up to keep out the storm, but make sure to leave room for that rainbow to find you. Broken is beautiful. And as the boy continued to play, the sounds vibrated through his body. The sound became music, and the music changed into colors. The rainbows had found him. And then that feeling lasted forever. I think I have found a new favorite book. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was phenomenal. The book was inspired by three main elements: world-class poet, artist Maya Angelou, the well-known poem The Road Not Taken by beloved American poet Robert Frost, and supernova Quincy Jones. That was him, Quincy Jones, a renowned musician, producer, and humanitarian. He's the one who found music. Yep. He was in trouble. Man, the thread that connects all three sources of inspiration for me is the choice one makes when faced with life's storms or dark places. Time after time, the boy discovers that music is his light or rainbow in the midst of darkness. This book was painted in watercolor collage and tells the story of an African-American boy confronted with feelings of abandonment when his father leaves for work every morning and when his mother falls ill. And that's right, Quincy Jones' mother had mental struggles, yes. Peer pressure from his friends put a cloud on him to do bad things on the street, but the boy takes a different road and chooses music and his rainbow. Even if a story starts out so sad that you want to cry a river wetter than tears, God always puts a rainbow in the clouds. Thank you, Maya Angelou, Robert Frost, and Quincy Jones. Thank you, Brian Collier, for an exquisitely beautiful story. Let's touch others with our rainbows.